Hello everyone. In our previous videos, we have seen what is function and different types of functions one by one in detail. In today's video, we will see one more category of functions called built-in functions. So the built-in functions are the functions which is already defined in the uh, platform or already defined in the environment by which is defined by other programmers. So for example, some built-in functions in our CYFI platform are move forward, move backward. So everything, these are all inbuilt functions. So these are called as built-in functions. So you can just take the name of the function and you can use it anywhere in the code writer. So the logic and all, it is written somewhere by someone else in the other part of the world, but you can use their logic by just calling the name of the functions. So these are called as built-in functions. So there are a vast number of built-in functions in C++. We will see some majorly used built-in functions in C++. So for that I am using a random C++ compiler. So before understanding built-in functions, you must understand one more word or term called as built-in libraries. So C++ has some built-in libraries which will consist all these functions. So a programmer, if he wants to create a lot of functions and then post it in the cloud so that anyone can use it, then he will create a library. So that is called as built-in library. Inside the library, we will just take out the function using its name. If we are using any built-in function, we have to just import the library which it comes from at the top of the program. So some famous libraries in C++ are CMath, C string, and then CC type. So CMath is used for mathematical operations, and then C string is used for operations that involves strings and characters, and CC type is used for uh, dealing with types of the inputs like uppercase or smaller case, whether it is a character or a number, integer or a float, like that. So I'm just writing some famous library names in comments so that you can refer in future. So C math, C C type, and then C string. How to import is same as this line. So this is also an inbuilt library which is a very famous library. Without it, no C++ program will exist. That is IO stream. IO stream means input output stream. That is, this library only contains the input and output functions in C++. In Python, you saw, right, print is an output function. So there, for using print statement, you no need to import any library, but for here the output state built function is called as cout. For using that output function, you have to use this IO stream. For input built-in function, it is called as cin. For that also you must use this same library. So same like this line only, we have to put in hash include cmath and hash include cc type and hash include c string, etc. And then we'll see some basic and very famous built-in functions that are in these three libraries. So the first built-in function we're going to see is abs function. Abs function is called as absolute function. Absolute function means it will give the absolute value of the parameter which we give to it. So this is the syntax of abs function. Abs, open and close parenthesis, and then semicolon. Whatever number you give here, it will give the absolute value. For example, if you give -10, the output will be +10. Here parallelly inside I will write the output of the built-in functions also, so that you can go and execute and see. So here output will be plus 10. And then max function. So max function syntax is max, open and close parenthesis, and then semicolon. So this max function takes two parameters. So it will take two numbers and finds which is the greater number. For example, here I am giving 4 and 7 as parameters, then the output will be 7. And then same like max function, there is min function also. Min function's syntax is same as max function. It will take two numbers, let's say 2 and 3, and output here is 2. That's it. And then one more function is square root, sqrt, and then open and close parenthesis. Whatever number you give here, it will give the square root value of it. For example, if you give, let's say 16, what is square root of 16? 4, right? It will give 4 as the output. And then one more important function is power function. The syntax of power function is POW, open and close parenthesis. Here it will get two parameters. One is for subscript and one is for superscript. So that is, if you give, for example, 2 and 3, it will give the answer as 2 power 3. So if you give 3 and 2, then it will give 3 power 2. So what is 2 power 3? 2 into 2 into 2. That is 2 into 2 is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. So the answer is 8 over here. And then strlen function. strlen, which is a very famous function used almost everywhere. It will take the string as an input. For example, here I am writing CYFI. So what it will return it is, it will return the number of characters in the string. That is, it will give you the length of the string. So the length of the string here is 4, right? CYFI, 4. So the output will be 4. And then some more functions are toupper. Toupper, what it will do is, it will take one character, for example A, and then it will give the capital letter of it. So the output will be capital A. Same like tolower. Tolower is just opposite of toupper. Let's say if I give here capital letter A, then the output will be small letter A. So these are all the major inbuilt functions that you will mostly use. There are n number of functions, infinite number of built-in functions. You cannot memorize everything. At least you try to recall and remember as many built-in functions as you want, but I will suggest you to remember these functions because it will be used many times very frequently. So these are all the famous built-in functions. So before winding up the video, let's check what are all the errors you will face while using these built-in functions. So when you use these built-in functions, you will probably, the very common thing is, you will not store the return value. So for example, if you are putting return ABS of -10, you will not get any output, because while this function is giving, it doesn't give any output, right? This function has only one parameter. It doesn't have any return value. So without return value, how it will give output? It's very normal, right? Logical, right? So it will not give any return value. So you must store it in some other variable. For example, int x equals to ABS of -10. Now it makes sense, right? So x is 10 over here. So if you put return x, you will get the output as 10. So this error you must be very careful. And then some more errors are like wrong data type. If you are, instead of int, if you are giving it as like, let's say bool, it will give error, because bool equal to 10 is not possible. Bool can take only two values, 0 and 1, or true or false. And then some more very common error is with you are forgetting the libraries. So for example, if you are using ABS, then ABS lies inside the CMath, right? So you have to include the CMath library, otherwise you will get an error. So some all others are common as like of normal function, that is using proper parenthesis and then proper curly braces to open and close the blocks, and then what else, semicolon, everything, case sensitivity. So others all are common syntax errors only that you will manage, I hope. So in today's video we have seen many number of built-in functions and its uses. In our next video we will wind up the concept of function with an example. We'll try to write a example program using function in block coding, and we'll try to interpret how it is written in Arduino C++ language. So that's it for today. Thank you.